What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why it's now or never for Skull and Bones. We're almost at the Ubisoft Forward event, and we're gonna get, a lot of Assassin's Creed. They actually did a montage video where they showed, Assassin's Creed, obviously Avatar, and I think Avatar should get a date there, and it'll be our first kind of in-depth look at the game. They teased, this mystery game that's coming. I hope we see the Star Wars game that Ubisoft is making, but look, I can never forget about our good old friend Skull and Bones. I have a lot of the same feelings, well, in a way, for this as I do for the game Little Devil Inside, which I kind of made a similar video for, where, that game has been through the ringer. That game I'm actually kind of convinced doesn't exist anymore. For Skull and Bones, it totally, as we all know, it does exist. It hopefully is still coming, and I just want it to release. I've said this time and time again. I am not going to jump off this game. I'm going to see this sinking ship through. There's still a part of me that hopes this game is good. Most of me doesn't expect the game to be good, but also wants to just see it to the finish line. I just want to play it. That's all. I want to see what it's like with my hands on the controller. We've heard from people that have played it that haven't exactly liked it. Obviously, it's been delayed and delayed and delayed. And honestly, too, it probably would be canceled at this point. There's been a lot of people that have looked into this, right? Because of the Singapore government, I believe, right? They have some sort of deal with Ubisoft that created jobs for them and all that jazz. And, without that kind of backing and without, I believe, like a legal promise that they would release Skull and Bones, I think this game would have been canceled like 3-4 years ago. But because of that kind of government little thing going on there, the game kind of has to release. So what I mean by, now or never, well, when we get to the Ubisoft Forward event, I need a couple different things. I need one final, very short, because I don't think you have to stretch it too far. One final showing of the game, say that it's still alive just in case people, think it died, and then give a release date. That is obviously the biggest thing. Such an easy thing to say, but we need a definitive release date like we've had before. I guess it's not all that special to get a release date because that's happened for Skull and Bones. So it doesn't really matter. But give us a date for this thing and then get the game out on that day. Enough of this pushing this game back. Normally, and I 1000% stand behind this, I've talked so much about, letting a game come out when it's ready. I get upset with delays, but, I'm selfish. I want to play the game. I don't want to wait, additional time. But I get it from the industry. I get it from, the workers. I don't want them to be working 100 hours a week. Let them do their thing and get the game out. There are some instances where I believe that kind of goes out the window. To be honest, really it does. And I think this is one of those examples. When a game has gone through this amount of stuff, and I really stand by this, release it. Just release it. I don't care what state the game is in, because ultimately, it's almost like you're just going around in circles. If you release this game when it's quote-unquote ready, well, what does that even mean, and when is that, right? And if you release it, say, next year they decide a year from now that the game is fully ready. What if the game is still not good, right? What if the people that have played it that say it's not good, what if that's actually the case, and the game just gets, gets 5s across the board? It's probably not going to be like a Lord of the Rings Gollum, right? It won't get 3s. Maybe it'll get a 4, 5, 6, that kind of range, and the game will fizzle out. The issue is, right, they want the game to last long term, so if the game comes out and maybe it sells okay the first month and then it completely dies. But here's the thing, wouldn't that happen anyway? Wouldn't that happen no matter what? Do they still believe that they can fix this thing? And if they believe they can fix this thing, how long does that take? And unless they're really, really confident about that, I say just cut all the strings, and just do it. Just release this game in whatever state it's in. The game was supposed to be out years at this point now, but no, realistically, if you just take a look at the last little while, March, right? Wasn't it supposed to come out in March? That was the last one, but it was also supposed to come out last fall. Just do it. Just release the game in whatever state it's in. You'll get backlash, sure, but is it worse than what you're getting right now? At least you can kind of move on. Maybe you make some money. Maybe some people like it. And again, like, I want to like it. I know I've talked very negatively, I suppose, about it, but you got to remember, I know there's people bigger than me that have talked about this game. I've covered this game since day one. Since day one when it was shown at E3 2017, I've been talking about it. Now, not every day, but I've made dozens of videos on this game. I am invested. I want this game to be good. I want pirate games. That's like one of my main dreams in life. Give me a Scream game, give me a Sly Cooper 5, and then give me a Pirates of the Caribbean kind of game, or just crank those out. That's what I want for my life, and then I'll retire. So I do want it to be good, but I'm also aware of the situation that probably at this point it's not going to happen. So hopefully we see it. I would say not seeing it at the Ubisoft Forward event is very bad, like a really bad look. I know, you've had issues with it. That's obvious, but you gotta show it considering it was supposed to release. You had the delay. It was almost like a quiet-ish delay. Like, they didn't make too big of a deal about it, probably because it's like the sixth one, so who cares at that point, right? But I think now is the time, and if it's not there, I mean, look, it's not going to be your big thing. Avatar will be your big thing. Assassin's Creed, multiple Assassin's Creed projects are going to be shown. If they show the Star Wars game, that could be the biggest of them all. Skull and Bones would be a small thing. It would absolutely be a small thing, but I think it's absolutely necessary for that game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. We'll see. I'll be streaming the event that Monday, so if you want to watch it live with me, we will all watch in great anticipation together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.